right, ladies and gentlemen, traders, welcome back to another Relentless recap. So, before we even jump into today's video, I want to talk about yesterday's archive. So, I'm going to pull that up and we're going to take a look through. We're going to take a look through yesterday's archive. Today was a decent day. We ended the live stream up 500 and we did have some losses on AIRE into the afternoon. I did witness the front side move, but I was in a meeting, so I did ultimately miss the move for most of the front side. And then I happened to lose 250 bucks throughout the range. So we'll talk a little bit about that later, but let's just take a look at this. It's better not be the quality. Come on. All right. Okay, that's much better. Yeah, I'm about to say, what type of quality is that? So yeah, let's fast forward this to the open. This was yesterday with LIFW. Yeah, and I actually wanted to see TIBC again, so this is good. There's no way for us to see time. I don't have time bar. Okay, actually, it was that. Okay, it's down below 29. So it's about a minute to the open. There's the open high of 31. Big seller there. And see, okay, let's watch that back. I was a little slow to the seller here to react to it. There's 46,000 share seller. Yeah, that was awfully slow. We're in at 31 anyhows. It pushes up to 34. We add for the push through the level. A bit aggressive, probably better off taking more size lower in the first place. But we take that half off. And now the other half at 37. Probably not the greatest fill there. But yeah, I would say we're better off taking bigger size earlier on that trade and then waiting for better opportunities. Right there, we want to get ourselves up a good 150 or more if possible. Let's see here. We pushed to 42. I think at this point it should be waiting for a pullback, at least somewhat of a sizable pullback. We just went from, 26 or 27 up to 42. We definitely want to watch low 30s, maybe like 33. If there are price action trades that come, it's probably best to use small, and they're just 47. So yeah, again, it's just pulling away. We definitely want to see a pullback to like mid 30s at this point, even low 30s still, I think is not a bad option. 50, 51. So this thing really got going. Okay, let's see where this dip entry came. This is gonna let me know if I was too, yep. To 37, 38 is way too aggressive, I think, there. Um, because it's extended. This is extended. We need more of a dip than that. I think that's just me being way too aggressive. 38. It did pop a little bit to 40, but this is not a great trade. I think right here I should have already cut this as well. Yeah, see this there's two things wrong with this trade here. I'm in too high. I'm in too high, and then I think I needed to cut it a little quicker. This is where I should be buying. Right here is where I should have been buying this dip. So, that's pretty obvious why that's a losing trade. See, when you watch it back, it makes so much sense. So let's say if we are in at 30, let's say we do buy at 30, how this does. 28, it still fails. So we would probably stop out 25. Maybe 26, 20, yeah, let's say 25. Now the red to green, how does this red to green play out? So the high of the last was 31. Low was about 19. And I probably should have taken up the entire screen, but the way how my station was, I didn't have anything to elevate the monitor. So I just kept it small. It made sense if you guys would be there to see, But anyhows, break of 31. I should have been, at the worst case scenario, see, stuff like this is nonsense. Like, at the worst case scenario, I should have been buying there at 31. And maybe I'm a little distracted with the other stock, but break of 31 as the 1 minute candle makes a new high. It's a little aggressive because, we're over VWAP up by a couple cents, but, when a bear trap happens from 31, look at that, 45, 48. It's a good 15 cents in there of solid money. And now right here, it's like it feels a little tricky to buy because it feels too extended versus those lows down there at 220. So when you do take that trade at 31 or before, you have more confidence to hit the buy button. So I can already see a couple of things that were going wrong here for me on this one. So I take this dip, 36. 34 for the lows. You see that freezing there? I'm not doing anything. So I talked to you guys on that day I was mentioning that the level 2 was lagging and freezing. That's what was happening. Um, Especially when the other stock was moving was more of a thing. I want to go back and see where I took the big loss. So I'm in at 29. I think right here my stop is 26. Okay, it flushes down on me for a low of 19. Okay, not bad trade there. But the aggressive buy right here as it surges up was kind of where I needed to be in. So that was all right. I think that was basically the end of that one. LIFW. I think better positioning on the pullback and just understanding it. Because sometimes, man, it's really and truly better to miss trades than to be in high and be in high uncomfortable. It's best to be in where you need to be in, where you feel like you should be in. And even if those trades don't work, you feel much better about it because you know it's an area you liked, right, for the setup that you're looking for. So LIFW, we can see, by the time I pull it up, it's kind of already given a bit of a move, but I'm watching here for the flat top breakout over 7. And what was disappointing, let's see. So it's going to attempt the break of 7. 93, 85, 76 the bids. And you can see I'm kind of still watching like multiple stocks here. Yeah, I think I missed it. So that's just so sad, man. You see what happened there? Look at my mouse cursor. It pulls back to 76. I'm thinking I have a chance to just see how this other one is doing whatever. It's like I got to do a better job, man. Or sometimes what also happens is just the expectations for me might have been low. Like I probably was thinking this thing might not really do well. And then I kind of look away. So there's 76 on the bids. And I look away to the other one and it's literally back at 95 already. So right here I come and like, are we holding 7? I take the hold of 7. I'm in way too high, 11. This at this point is just a botched trade. Loss of $100 where we probably could have been green in at 90, 95, selling on the other side. But we're a little distracted. We kind of missed the bulk of the opportunity there. So that's how the day started. Down $600. Just not good. So the second time it curls up, I think I'm watching the high at 712, 715. This right here ended up being a break of the high of day entry. I do want to go back to see how this dip. Hold on. Come on, come on. My internet is high speed. Come on now. With this buffering nonsense. They say this generation has no patience. But I have no patience when my equipment is fast and that stuff is happening. Much better, much better. Come on, render. Give me my HD here. Brother. Brother. Do I need to downgrade do I need to upgrade my Wi-Fi? Here we go. At last. Anyways, I wanted to see the break below 7 and how it reacted. So it came right back up. There's 15. There's 9. There's 7. It's acting a little weird. It didn't get to push right through, but it's also not really selling off aggressively. I know these numbers are a little hard to see, but I take 706 and I'm watching for the break here of 715. I add 13, being aggressive. This is me being more aggressive there, but it's not quite going. So I'm all out flat. I'm going to try again because we didn't break below 7. So I tried right there. Decent trade. We're back in at 18. Can we hold above 710, 715 here at the highs? $13 on the bid. 13 seemed to be holding, so I'm jumping in 15, 16, 17. It pushes up to 30, 35. There's a good trade. It dips. I take the dip at 22. Very aggressive because we could have definitely pulled back much more. But watching here to see if it holds up. I think I should have been back in. There's not a ton of selling, so maybe I could have been back in there, but sometimes I'm on the more cautious side. Yeah. 30, 31. There's 15. How well are we going to do again down there? It's going to do pretty well. There's 27 on the ask. So I definitely need to be watching this area here if it wants to continue to hold up well. Jesus. This is why I can't watch these archives. I should have been back in there at 20. Comes a little higher, but okay. It's late. It's late. It's very late. That's a very late entry. Poor. We're still in the zone in this range, but I should have already been in. Like the speed, the quickness, the sharpness needs to be there. Once we're showing that we're holding up these levels, it's supposed to be instant. See, that was much better. That was much better right there. No time wasting, no hesitating. Just in. Can we see the move? Because we want to see it push over 30 here and potentially go all the way for the new high. So there's 37. I think I still could have held the other half a little longer. Took the dip again. And it didn't even pull away. We're making like this is crazy. Like we made that money there. The stock didn't even freaking move. But we were being aggressive though. It's like, man, when the days come where we can connect properly with size, it's like we'll be up to 30, 40, $50,000. If we can make $1,000 and the stock went up 15 cents, what will happen when we actually capture the range properly? So I'm in at 20 average, 5,000 shares. I'm selling between 33 and 37. It dips down. I try to get like 25, 26, a little higher here. I'm in at 30. But we don't really pull away. And right here, I'm being aggressive because I'm expecting the high of day push to just go. and it doesn't. So let's hold on. Let's go back. Let's let it play. I think the move is gonna eventually happen, and I'm gonna miss it. Oh, I was being aggressive on this thing. You take a loss. The thing is, like with this size, or your stock goes down a little bit and you take a loss, you're feeling it. I think that's what's gonna ultimately happen to me. Especially you get caught in one of those like bit like real red candles. You're looking at a 4K loss. So the risk is definitely there. But I can see myself being a little too impatient. Um no, actually no, never mind. Let's take that back. I thought I switched to a different stock here. Looks like I was pulling up another window. Hold up. So the break of 36. Okay, I'm in. It doesn't continue going. So that ends up being a terrible trade. And maybe I'm out too soon as well. But what I was assuming was that I'll be in mid 30s and the stock would already be pushing 50, 60 because of how fast it was moving before. But a little unfair to myself to sell that position so quickly. But I do like that I'm back in and I'm in at 37. There's 49 on the ask, but by 41 on the bids. You guys, and I'm selling in that spread. I'm getting filled with 41 on the bids. So I think right here in this type of situation, I'm better off being in and just holding a little longer and just selling on the ask with a stop in place. I think that was the best way I could have approached this because now, where I thought I would have made 15 cents, 10 cents, I made nothing and the stock is going and I'm not in. I think right here I'm just gonna get chopped. So yeah, there's a loss there. Maybe a little too aggressive trying to buy 55. But you can see like the breakout over 35 got to 50 and it's like it kind of like stalls a little bit here at 50, 40. Gonna take 43. Okay, not bad. We got a decent trade there. And this is where I really started going for it. I'm thinking explosion time. Explosion time. So I'm in smaller size. I like this though. I like this for myself right here. I like this. So we're out for a good trade. I'm expecting it to keep going to 75, 80 here. So I'm very aggressive. I'm in. We get the 61 by 65. Well, then it flushes back down to 53 on the bids. And I'm like, you know what? Let's just cut this because if we fail on this breakout and we drop to 40, 30, we're not going to be looking super good. And so, this is how this day went for me. It's like where I should be in selling 75, 80 here. I'm in and then I'm back out too soon. And then I think we're going to start to experience the lag here coming pretty, at least in a few, pretty soon. It's holding high here, 68 by 72. It does continue. But there's an example of the lag where the level 2 just kind of like pauses. She's like, this stock is, oh gosh, man. Most of my entries were spot on. Like, Just a matter of needing to hold a little longer for the extra push. All of this here where I should be making more, I'm not adding, which is in itself a problem as well. Close, 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 baby. Close trades, close trades. This might be too aggressive of an entry though. 88 seems to be holding. Look at that again. Selling a little too soon. Can we hold above the whole dollar? Level 2 freezes. I'm not sure why. Yeah, this entry there was not good. That was too high, but I'm not sure why it was getting out so quickly. It's like I can hold these positions longer. It's not a matter of the share size or anything, but I think it's just me like not connecting with the stock properly. And that again, all here I should have been adding in the green. Because sometimes the losses that are going to come are inevitable, but if you're up X amount and you happen to lose, it's a little different. It's like a different situation. I think one, it's a little easier to recognize to slow down because, for me, it's like I try to push a little bit, then ease off once I can get to where I need to be. But if like I'm still like, a little on the lower end of things and I know there's still opportunity, maybe I keep trying to be a little aggressive, right? So small things, man, and even even that, like knowing, hey, like okay, I'm not where I need to be, but making sure the momentum is still right to be aggressive. If not, we just ease off. Well, I would say here the momentum was right. Um, let's check the next loss, which I think was about a $200 loss, maybe. Some of these dip areas, man. It's like some smaller losses kind of just added up. Let's see. You see how this is what you call the fine difference between being green and being red. Like there'll be days where I'm red where I just take, maybe I'm not trading the best of my abilities, but most of the times it's like close stuff. Close stuff, man. We're not out here slacking, just trading poorly and doing nonsense, breaking rules. No, we're giving it a good effort. But we come up short. But that was 22 minutes. I mean, geez, now much less for time for this next recap. And that wasn't even a full study session. That was just some glimpse here and there. I'm gonna review more of that tonight, but like just watching candlesticks, seeing how they play out, things like that. But watch, when we do use that type of size and we connect for real, 25K days coming soon, baby. Then the days that we have now that are good days, we're gonna just blow those days away out of the water. What was today's stock? BCDA. BCDA, choppy stock, really and truly one move, which was the red to green. If you're not in this thing over 129 right here and giving it some time to work, you missed it. From 129, really and truly all the way up into a halt at 44. Unfortunately, the halt down did resume lower, did resume and went lower. The dip out of the halt down ended up working, but very tricky stuff. We really want to see this halt resume higher like it did, but continue upwards. Maybe a bit of a bottoming wick in there so we can get the dip and rip. BCDA, one of those stocks that you really, really needed to be capturing that first move. Other than that, the range, we had a low of 29. But in a lot of these areas, the halt down was around 25, 24. So buying the lows was tricky. And I did try to buy the low up here. And that's how I got caught in the halt down. I think I was green. I didn't even upload today. Jeez. Today was a busy day. A lot going on today. Guys, I don't normally show this much archives ever. So be sure to hit that thumbs up. So we had a low of 19. It's pretty active here from 19. We're going to get up to 30 rather quickly here in the next couple seconds. I think for me in this moment, it's just a little uncertainty, not being sure if this thing wanted to go or not. Like you can see, it's going up, but it's very gradual for the most part. It's not skipping. So I don't think I was convinced. And then, but what I should have done, I should have been more aggressive to take 31. And right here in small size, just looking to take it off the table where, you know, if you're in control and you're watching that move from 25, you have more of a position size. More than likely, you're in 25, maybe you added a 30, you can hold one of those positions to see how far this thing wants to go. All right. So I didn't really get to dominate it here. Even right now, I'm thinking like, man, it's kind of extended. I wanted more of a dip. Wanted more of a dip. Didn't get it down there. Ended up being in a little higher. So I'm like, you know what? Let's cut that. And then it ended up going into the halt. So we didn't really get to trade this how we wanted to trade it. Now the resumption. So we're caught in the. So let's come back. This is frustrating, man. So resumption is coming up. We're halted at 44. Can we get it? Can we open up higher? If we do, can we get a dip? Here's resumption. 54, so great open, or 52, it's pushing up to 55. Great open. Anybody who's holding shares are looking pretty good. It's up an extra 10, 11 cents. For me, I want to see some sort of a pullback. I can't buy this thing this high. So I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting. I ended up taking 50, which looking back at is a little too aggressive. Let's look at that again. 50 is way too aggressive here. I gotta wait for at least 45, man. So I'm gonna cut that flat. Like, yeah, that's just a nonsense trade. Way too aggressive. Right here. How are we doing here? How are we doing here? Decent. The halt down is lower. So this is where I should have took the entry in the first place, not the nonsense of 50. So that's a mistake. Like, that's me just being way too eager, way too aggressive. Stuff like that should not ever happen. The low is 37. I'm thinking, all right, if this thing comes down a little bit more, I can stop out. But, you know, right here, just look at that. Like, kind of just blew through those spires and halt down. But see, so, you know, again, mistakes. That traded 50, not acceptable. You know, looking back at the other archives, you know, certain areas where we're not in as quick as we should be in. That's where we need to improve. And, you know, I think and we will improve, right, over the next couple of days. Like today was a great day for the most part. So, you know, once we continue to improve on those small areas, once we start to put a little bit more size behind the trades, we're gonna exponentially grow. Exponentially grow. We can get bigger, faster, and better in no time. But because this recap is going so long, you know, if I keep going, we'll be here for 5 hours. So hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Again, I don't really show this bunch of archives. The archives are really and truly for the students. So yeah, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, check out the classes. Coupon code DREAM for 50% off. Guys, it's been Relentless Trader. I'll catch you guys tomorrow, bright and early at 9 a.m. for another beautiful day. Stay safe, stay green. I am signing out.